So I just got back from a trip to Matt Rez, my amazing hair colorist, and I'm no longer gray. My birthday is in 2 days and I just cannot turn 49 with gray hair, gray roots. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. They blew out my hair when I was leaving, and I'm going out to dinner tonight for some pre-birthday celebrations, and I was not in the mood to like do a curling iron situation. And then on the way home from the salon, I was like, oh my God, remember hot rollers? These are T3, these are pretty old, but I believe they still have some. And if not, you can still take this technique and apply it to any hot rollers. I've got 2 sets of them. I've got one plugged in already, and they're just like little hot rollers. It's not plugged in. Well, it's plugged in, but it's not turned on. Is that on? Oh, it's a little button. Voila. All right, I'm gonna let these heat up, and while those do, I'm gonna section my hair. I don't know if I'll need both sets. Actually, now that I remember, I think I might have I think that these come in 2 different, it's a little bit thin of a section, 2 different sizes. And I feel like when I did this I did a tutorial in 2020 when we were all at home, that these come in 2 sizes. Yeah, this is the small size. This is the small set, which I think might be, what I really want is like a bouncy blowout, like I don't want to like a wave or a curl. I want it to be just kind of like movement and bouncy. So these are the 2 different sizes. This is the bigger one, and each set comes with a mix of these 2 sizes. I want a bouncy blowout, and technically you want to use a bigger circumference of either a curling iron or a hot roller in order to get a bouncy blowout. But my hair doesn't hold curl very well, so I'm going to use a smaller one. If your hair holds curl nicely, use a big one. If not, go with a smaller one because it's gonna end up falling anyway. I'm gonna do probably a mix of these 2 sizes. You just plug in the other side real quick. And it comes with one of these little zip tied things, cords, plugs. You plug it into the unit here in the back. And then inside of the case, it comes like this. And then these, you'll see once I put the rollers in, you kind of clamp it with one of these. So I'm gonna let those both heat up, and then we'll get to hot rolling. I don't know, hot rolling. All right, those rollers are hot, and I'm just gonna take, again, I don't want like waves. You could, when you put your hair in hot rollers, you could put them in a way that you could get classic old Hollywood waves. If you rolled the rollers away from your face, you could get that Farrah Fawcett look. But today I'm just gonna do everything going in one direction, and that's down, and you'll see what I mean. Oh, interesting. See, when they turn hot, when they're hot enough, the top turns white. And when they're still getting hot, it's still red. So I like that little feature. And as always, we're gonna use a heat protector, and I'm still hard onto the Orbe Gold Lust Dry Heat Protection Spray. However, if you saw my Sephora savings pick event, I saw that Amika Dry Heat Protection Spray, and it got me interested. All right, for the first one at the neck, because this is the one that's gonna go in first, I always do hair at the neck with a smaller iron, even when I'm doing clients for events where their hair has to last a long time. I'm gonna put this back on while I yammer, because the hair at the neck, typically when you're walking around, you pull your hair forward, walking around. You know what I mean? Living, talking to people at events. And this hair at the neck, you want to keep the wave. So if your hair tends to fall out, I usually do this hair here with a smaller iron, a smaller roller. I just find that this spot tends to fall out a little bit more. I already sprayed, but I'm gonna spray. I just want it to be really nicely coated. I'm gonna comb through with the brush, with the comb. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna insert it, put it right at the base. And then I'm gonna wrap the hair around until it gets to the end. Give the roller a little spin, so it kind of just, the velvet on the roller kind of grabs the cuticle, and as you spin it, it will kind of smooth it out a little bit. Since we're not getting a blow dry, we're not getting any smoothing properties. And then I'm holding it really tightly so it's taut. And then I'm just gonna put the little clampy thing there, just like that. And then for the rest of my hair, except for the front, like I normally do, I'll speed it up, and then we'll finish at the end. Look at that curl. This is the neck hair that I shaved don't do that. Well, you can if you want. But now I'm trying to see if I want it to grow in because I feel like I've got perimenopausal hair loss, and now I'm like, well, maybe I do need extra hair. So I don't know. Again, with a smaller roller, put it in close to the roots, and then you're gonna just spin the hair. And I'm holding the hair in my hands without letting go, kind of like the same way I was talking about wrapping your hair around a curling iron, because if you keep the hair flat as you wrap it around, it's going to look more ringlety. But if you hold it and just keep it taut so it has a wave going around it, it's gonna look a little more natural and less ringlety. I'm gonna go another section. Feels like about an inch up from the last one. And this hair up, this non-gray hair. Ooh. I'm also having a weird bang day. All right, I'll do this section, then I'll speed it up. This is a little bit of a small section, but that's okay. I'm gonna do the hair around my face and at my neck in the small rollers, and then everything else in the larger rollers. So again, hang out of there, right at the base, and then wrap the hair around the roller. This is gonna make my ear red, and then give the roller a little taut turn, and then just clamp that on. Voila! I'll do this side, and then I'll speed you up. My microphone was not plugged in. Well, the rest of the video will sound better. Oh my God. Okay, do I sound better? I'm really sorry, guys. I'm learning to do this right. All right, brush it through. Can't have enough heat protector. Right at the base, wrap the hair around, nice and taut. A little spin. And yeah, this is for sure gonna make my ears red. All right, now I'm gonna speed you up, and I'll see you closer towards the last pieces here. Okay, I just have a couple more. I thought we'd do them together. Let me take this last one in the back. I'm gonna curl this one, roll it in the direction of going back, so it could give me a little bit of volume at the crown. Well, nice little gentle comb through. When you encounter tangles, don't fight through them. Just gently work your way through the tangle. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow because I realize like my hair's too long to fit in the frame of this video. So I'm gonna take a large one. So I'm gonna put it right at the base, kind of askew so that I have room to wrap the rest of the hair so it fills the roller, if that makes any sense. Give it a little turn, make sure it's nice and taut. And I will say, these feel quite heavy and I am quite warm. Running hot, I'm in a hot phase of life, and having hot ambient rollers on my head, it's definitely not helping. So I have two more. I'm gonna do this one with a big size. I only have one small one. I'm gonna leave that for the very front. So this one's gonna be one of the bigger ones. Also having these little clips handy. I keep reaching over there and I should just put them closer. Kind of askew on the side. Wrap it around. Give it a nice little tight taut, and clip it in. All right, last one. And I will say, this took maybe 10 minutes to install. Pretty happy with how fast this has gone. Last roller. I'm gonna put it in and wrap my hair around. Oh my God, sorry, I keep touching my laptop. Clip it on. Okay. Yeah, I am warm. This bottom one has fallen out a little bit, but that's okay. It's done its job. I missed one piece of hair. Ooh, they're hot, they're warm. They're hot rollers and they are warm. I'm gonna wait like 20 minutes, which, let me just redo this because that is going to bug me. I'm gonna wait 20 minutes until I want these to cool all the way down. And right now, they're so hot, they're like kind of hurting my scalp a little bit. I'm gonna give it a real, like, I don't wanna feel any residual heat. I don't know why this one will not stay in. The rest of them are. Okay. I will be back. I'm guessing it's gonna be about 20 minutes. Holy mother. I won't take them down. And let me see, it's actually 4 o'clock on the dot. 4 o'clock on the dot. I will time them until I feel like no heat. Normally I would go do my makeup, but it's already done, so I'll go find something to do. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, it is 4:29, so it has been half an hour. So this isn't something you'd maybe want to do when you're tight on time, unless you throw your hair up in these rollers and then go about your morning, and then just before you leave, you can take them out. So let's take them out. They are fully cool. Just unclip and unclamp and unroll. I like the bounce already. Sorry, putting the rollers on the computer does not like it. And what's so nice about this is the velvet wrapping is really, it just feels a little bit less intense than a hot iron. You know, you're not gonna get as much precision as you would if you're using a curling iron, but look at that, pretty fun. I don't know, there's just something so, it feels like a little nostalgic about using using hot rollers instead of a curling iron. Nostalgic. Not like I was in the 50s, but it's just kind of fun. Now there is a chance that I'm going to have to get a curling iron in case a piece of hair didn't take or a curl didn't take, but hopefully I don't have to. I'm such a dork. So fun. Now, as always, I'm gonna brush this out just like I brush everything out with a wide tooth comb. This is the GHD Carbon Anti-Static Comb. Oh, I got a weird little crease there that I'm gonna have to fix. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm just gonna, I remember what my hair looked before I did this. It was just like straight, lifeless blowout. I mean, it was a great blowout from the kids at the salon, but something happening here. I have I don't know, it looks like I have puppy dog ears. I don't know what happened. Okay, hold on. Okay, the rest is fabulous. It's a nice little bouncy, you know, wavy hair, so much volume. I'm really happy with all of this. You know, it's not like a big curl set or whatever. It's just like a bouncy 90s. I like everything except whatever is happening here. So let me just give this a little job real quick. And this is a good lesson in that hair is malleable. You know, you can reset it. It's not so precious if you make a mistake, and I don't know why that happened. I know what I'm doing, and there's no reason for that to occur. But we're just going to blow this out. I need to get a smaller brush though. We'll be right back. Okay, and what we don't want to do is blow out the wave, the set that we just put in. So I'm just gonna concentrate the heat at the little mistake at the root and try and not run it through all of the hair. So just wanna blow out this weird bend. Let it get hot. And then stop there. I don't wanna blow out the whole thing. Just at the root. And I put the heat in, now I'm letting it cool down just for a second. Yeah, that's better. You can see this is the side I fixed, and then this is the weird bump. Let's get this side now. So we're not running it through the whole piece of hair, just at the weird mistake. Hold it, let it cool down a little bit. That's way better. I kind of fixed those weird puppy dog ears that was happening. This is like all new growth from the current body helmet I've been wearing. I'm just gonna give my bangs a little bend so it kind of works like they look more like the rest of my hair. A little bit of a bang, bend, bang, bend. Hold it, let it cool down. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, a little more curtainy. All right, well, it's not rocket science and it's not like this is like the most intense look, but you can see compared to where we started, this is, hello, cleavage town. But you can see from where we started, I have a lot more volume, I have a little bit of movement. This is just a little more amped up version of where we started. So if you haven't used hot rollers, give them a shot. I think that they're fun. They're, you know, kind of, your hair is doing your hair. You're kind of getting your style in while you're doing other things, which is kind of fun. But let me know if you have tried hot rollers. Do you have any tips or tricks? How do you like to use them? Do you like what I did today? And thank you for being here with me. Don't forget Hair by Aviva, Day Rate Beauty on all the other socials. And thank you for being here with me today. Cheers.